Welcome back, Chance.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? The Joker Gamer here. We are back in Forza Horizon 5, and we're driving looks like a 60s Corvette. Yeah, 1960 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Coupe. And this thing does not need to be on the dirt, but yet it's on the dirt. Let it be in Mexico, because at least then I can just like cruise it. I think there are other players. I think once your PlayStation Plus expires, I think you get like a ton of like random players that you can cruise with. Oh, they have those. We'll be right. All right, we're gonna go to a quick intermission. Hopefully, we'll be right back. This is just sit there and admire my Corvette. It's a beauty. And should actually do something better. We're going to put that in. That's my controller, that one bar. Having a controller at one bar. God dang it. Come on, we got an extra plate or whatever. You shoot this. right. Controller, 2 bars. Right. No crappy time for my controller to fucking even low on energy. Usually do my little review on my new energy drink that I've been wanting to fucking do for almost 4 days. But of course I could never fucking do it because I had to drink my lattes. Tough shit. I'm changing my fucking changing my ways, god damn it. Waiting all fucking like 4 fucking days to do this. My mom's not home, so I can finally fucking do my review. Jesus Christ. Fine with that. Plus, while that's charging, I can just get my review here real quick. It's making your acne with these clear up. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Joker Gamer here. We are back with a new Lucky Energy. This is called Lucky Energy Cherry Pop. I've actually never had this one before. It's part of my, it's one of them that's in my box. So let's try it and see what we think. It's definitely cherry over, right? That's not bad. That's that's a insane 10 out of 10 right there, actually. And thank you for watching. Yeah. No matter even if I fucking shower, the fucking act still is a thing. No matter how many times I fucking shower, even if I don't shower, fucking acne is still a fucking thing. It's so fucking stupid. It is. It's fucking annoying. Maybe the yes, it did. Drop the third. These get low. Why do these get lower? Is it because they're new? Yeah. That's what ladies and gentlemen. Right. It is. Whatever. I don't care. Great. First one channel's rising. Now it's going down the fucking shit. Oh, I know. I'm just currently waiting for my controller to fully charge before we broadcast. Operation. Ja. Stimmt. Nein. Operation. Ja. Das ist meine Academy. coming for your motor. I just posted the exact same video. Shit. Hold up. Just posted like the exact same video. 2 days, using 9 days ago. Operation Raka. Operation Raka. Operation Raka. Assault, we got 2 alarms raised, 57 persons discovered, 127 detections scored, 107 kills, 0 enemies unconscious, and 0 enemies tagged. It was more of an assault slash lethal. And it took 2 hours and 14 minutes. The next location. This Manhattan. That will be next time's video. So yeah, we did complete the occupied residence. It just decided to fucking be stupid and stump at the broadcast. Just decided to fucking cease to exist, which is stupid. So we did complete my residence. So now we're going to be doing the Spy Academy next time. But we also have Wolf Mountain Hills, which I have too, is where we actually going to be the name itself. Anal. So that'll be in maybe next time's video also. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't see what's so bad about that's a good video. I found that very educational, actually. And I did. I found that very educational. And awesome badass.
Young Joker.
Yeah.
Sir.
Alright. Alright, I guess we can play with as our controller's charging. Car is just cruising in the game. That car is. It's cool looking though. Now the real broadcast can begin since my controller is fully charged. Now the real broadcast can begin. We should start off with. Started off with some Elvis Presley because you gotta love Elvis Presley.
Take your money to the next
You gotta.
level. Cash for fun.
Elvis Presley is an iconic legend.
I'm looking back with someone's face. I think you said you're person. Oh, that's suddenly straight. Yes, I'm God the Father, God the Son, God the Father, God the Son, where are you? Sit down, troubles, no matter what, there's we from. I'm gonna make it right for you. The Lord someday will find you.
You know what we should do? We should have a nice little screech mark there, a little bit there to go with it. Oh, fuck yeah, now we're talking. Bringing the freaking gremlin up in here. Straight bussin'. What's that song that fucking, I'll get out of the road here. Welcome to my night. This is Alice Cooper from the 1970s, man. Dudes and dudettes. You're gonna like it. Oh. Station. To my breakdown. I hope I didn't scare you. This is where we are when we come down.
In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
And screaming. Feels like it's just a dream. And you feel riding home. Yeah. Welcome to my breakdown. Whoa. You're welcome to my breakdown. Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's how we do it in the Gremlin. Nothing to know. I think you're gonna like it. Oh, feel you belong. Let me scream it. Yep, you might like fail. You might like Yeah. That's what happens, chat, when you're distracted while driving.
One thing was going out and say my fun. It feels good to buckle better. It feels good to go.
Not much.
You have arrived at your destination.
be a lot of Fords.
I get a call and my mom says, "Don't panic, but the house is on fire."
I got in my first accident. I had this spike burst.
But Moses was amazing as usual.
I felt really comfortable in that moment. Christine was there for me. I'm in very good hands at Allstate.
Just probably, I mean, I think there would, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a Gene Snowman. Yeah. Now we got Glenn. Glenn, I think Glendo's an HRA Pro Stock AMC Pacer. It actually looks fucking sweet. Why does that look so good? Like, for real, why the hell does that look so good, man? That looks so good. God, Jesus, that looks so good. There's a couple of them actually we could turn into. The Mustang, we could do the Blue Max. Do the GTO, we can do the NHRA one, which is the Arnie Biswick. In theory, there should be. It's gonna be fucking sweet. I got a feeling. Fuck yeah, brother. That looks sick. I'm Arnie the Farmer Beswick. Oh, he's from Illinois. Huh. I never would have guessed that. That's kind of cool. The Tameless Tiger. Two tigers. Okay, next one we're going to do is the Ram Charger. So we're going to need the Pro Stock Dodge for this. The Blues Brothers one will still be in my inventory, but I want to use something different. Excuse me. The Ram Chargers. Check this livery out here. Look at this. That's actually fucking sweet. And then we were going to do Dodge next. 69 at Dodge Charger. This is going to be the Hawaiian Tropic. Hawaiian. it is, the Hawaiian Charger. Oh yeah, don't worry though. We'll change the rims out. This thing's gonna be a fucking full-blown pro stock racing car. Checked out though. Besides the rims. That looks fucking sweet, man. For the final one, we're gonna be doing. The final one is the Boss Ford Mustang. And that's gonna be the Blue Max. The burnouts are wild. It's just nice that it was actually able to work the entire time. The Blue Max. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Blue Max is a drag car or a top fueler. No, funny. No, no. The Blue Max is a funny car from like the 60s or 70s. Let's look at this baby. Dude, that looks sweet. Everything from the German Blue Cross. This baby's gonna be getting a full fucking outlaw badass look. That is awesome. God fucking damn, that looks fucking cool. Alright, first car to be worked on. The Blue Max. So we're gonna do slicks. Craigers. Almost every car in those days ran Craiger SS mag rims. I mean, you gotta get those Craigers in there. Fat tires on the back. Please, hear this stuff for the. Oh, it's better. It's like super quiet. I do an engine swap. Alright, that car's done. I need Bezek's turn for his custom-built car. That's why we listen to some old school drag racing.
Level 5 rig, trash. Your truck is mine.
By Jay Howell, and here's our trained crew member. As he pours the solution down for Howell to burn this tire, beat him up and move into the starting line area. The funny car is capable of going over 200 miles an hour. It's very light. The body is made of plastic. Don Shoemaker has been one of the hot fellows all across the country, match racing and in the national competition as well throughout this year. Shoemaker's car is a Barracuda, and so is the car that Howell will be driving, a Barracuda. And Shoemaker has been very, very steady in all of the competition leading up to the funny car quarterfinal. Buster Count is the starter. Watch them explode off that starting line. I mean, they leap out of there. Looking off the line, and Shoemaker at the top end pulls away to a comfortable win, 7.07 seconds, elapsed time better than 210 miles an hour for the winner, Shoemaker. So Don Prudhomme, himself a winner just moments ago, watches his Barracuda lose in the funny car quarterfinal. In case you wonder why these are called funny cars, the reason for that's very simple. A few years ago, when they first came on the scene as an experimental class, public address announcers called them a funny car. Same stuff. No one's come up with a better one yet. Now we see that's Bobby Wood. That's Bobby Wood. You're covered up by the smoke. You see, he heats up his tires in a Chevy 2, or that's really speeding things up. That Chevy 2 has cranked the power, incidentally. He's running in the near lane, and Bruce Larson and the Camaro will be in the far lane. They're ready to go. In the far lane, the winner, 7.16 seconds, 206 miles an hour. Bobby Wood, 7.22 seconds elapsed time. A close, the loser. Bruce Larson goes to the semifinals in the funny car. There are funny cars, and that's that. They've got the Ram Chargers fired up. The Ram Chargers are legendary for building more horsepower than anybody else. The big difference and their big success has come from finally finding some reliability. They would always set low elapsed time, but the engines were like... Oh, Lions, ready? Somebody once said that the Ram Charger's car is like a gun. They put a bullet in it, the bullet's the motor. When you shoot it, they put another bullet in it. They've been known to bring a whole truckload of motors and you to use a motor every run. Incredible guys. Roland Leon could make it to it. He is the defending champion car owner. Roland did it here in 1966 when he won the Winter Nationals and came back the next year with a different driver and won it again. But the way they both burned out, they appear to be ready to go. Boy, are they ready. The burnouts are so hard that the tire smoke has even filled up the cockpit. Butch Voss may be having a little trouble seeing out of that car. Listen to that Ram Charger's motor. Just crisp and clean.
Moss hanging in the back, trying to get those extra burn-ins. I would imagine that pretty soon Buster is going to make him come to the starting line.
Probably what the owner of the car was talking to the starter about. He's got his man working a little extra hard on it.
May very well be. They proved to be a wise move. A good strong burnout could be worth 0.15 of a second sometimes.
That just could be the difference, the way these two machines have performed.
Both cars are pre-staged. Neither driver wants to stage first. Finally, Goldstein does. Moss moves in behind him. What a finish.
Hawaiian.
Roland Leon makes it 2 in a row. The first big win ever for Butch Moss, the first time he drives the car.
What? That is almost an Horatio Alger story.
Low elapsed time of the event for funny cars, 6.93 seconds, 212 miles per hour. Here's the replay. You just can't make them any closer than that.
Not hardly.
One car length between them at 400 feet a second.
That is Ted Foster. It's a red car. He'll be on the outside lane. He has the yellow streak down the side of it against Dale Foley, also in a red car. Now, both of them, one going on the beach box, bidding off those tires. Comes Ted Foster, who has the not qualifying time here. But they're going back and forth quite a bit and spooling off the tires. He has 40 horsepower, and the tires spool up. Might go up in smoke and lose pressure. See what happens here. They faced each other just a few weeks ago, and Dale Foley won that. Foley on the inside, Foster on the far lane. All the way, and 0.57, 181.08 miles per hour. Once again, now the speed at the end of a quarter is around the time over the quarter mile. That's why the start is so desperately important. They don't want to going to the final. Another semi-final here, that's going right. Both these cars are blue, the Jake Johnson and Airlane. Now, whether he can run it out, they don't know. Trying to control the night before the finish, then they're just going to take it off. Now, it's a question of whether he can run without a shootout. It's quite dangerous. Like 200 miles down the other end. Plus, now the starter's asking, can he go? And they're saying, yes, he can. So here we go. Jake Johnson versus Ed McCulloch. Ed McCulloch comes to make it. Slow time, 1970 stars, 7.79, and Jake Johnson broke down. I think it's his rear end, the same thing happened.
Chevy drivers need a truck that shows up the same way they do. That's why Chevy Silverado is number one.
Here's Frank Hall. He hails from Linwood, Washington, one of the rising stars of drag racing. He's matched up against the Motown Shaker. This car from Mount Clemens, Michigan, driven by Al Birchler. You see on the back the parachute pack. Parachutes encased in this aluminized cloth, protecting them from fire. As you saw Bert Littlefield, the fire can billow out underneath the car and damage the parachute. It pops out with a spring-loaded pilot chute and helps slow these cars. They use aircraft-type disc brakes to stop them from their speeds of some 230 miles an hour. Full fire suit, face mask, breathers, and of course the goggles that will be put down before Al Birchler makes his run. They're now approaching the starting line in the center of the track. You see the Christmas tree. We'll talk about this Christmas tree a little bit later in the program. Frank Hall making a correction right there in the middle of the course. As the car started to drift towards the center line, he goes through the quarter mile in 6.72 seconds. As a very dejected Al Birchler, as something breaks in the funny car's lovely wife, Jeannie, and to talk with him, you see the burnout being made by Cheryl Greer from Warner Robins, Georgia. Having one of his best years ever, Cheryl Greer, a longtime drag racer, he's meeting up against a relative newcomer in the sport, driving Jim Green's Green Elephant. From Linwood, Washington, this is Frank Hall. Clouds of smoke covering the track. We're in semifinal or round number 3 action. 4 cars remain. Now just 3. The winner of this to meet Bobby Rowe in the finals. A good start by both cars. In the middle of the course, you can see it's Frank Hall. An overflow crowd at Amarillo Dragway, thrilled
With excitement at the Pro Stock and now Funny Car Finals, there is Frank Hall, Linwood, Washington, and here Bobby Rowe from Fresno, California, the two finalists in Funny Car Eliminator, heading for that World Championship title. Over $30,000 invested in these fiberglass replicas of today's modern muscle cars. Late model, supercharged, fuel-burning engines, 1,800 horsepower, speeds over 230 miles an hour. The crews edging up to the starting line, watching ever so close every action by both drivers. Starter Buster Couch, intently gazing at the Christmas tree, making sure both drivers are ready. The tree goes green. They lead together, a tremendous race. Bobby Rowe, Frank Hall nearing the center line, but not crossing, and he is there first. A little bit of smoke out of the car, but everything okay. And there you see Frank Hall winning Funny Car Eliminator. He is your Funny Car World Champion from Linwood, Washington. Frank Hall with a winning time of 6.39 seconds. Bobby Rowe, 100th of a second quicker at a 6:38. His speed, 228 miles an hour.
Funny car eliminations, possibly not the most dangerous, but certainly the most exciting to watch. And this matchup will fit Don Prudhomme of Granada Hills, California, in a 74 CUDA against Charlie Thurwanger of Dallas, Texas, also in a 74 car, this one of Vega.
Without question, Ted, these are the most exciting things to watch in drag racing, as the fiberglass replica bodies give the fans something to cheer for as far as product identification. In this case, the Plymouth Barracuda against the Chevrolet Vega, but also the superstars, Don Prudhomme, involved in this race against Mike Burkhart's Vega, Charlie Thurwanger up in smoke.
Lost the traction, so it'll probably be all for naught on this one as Don Prudhomme crosses the line at 6.42, 215 miles an hour.
Here we see it in slow motion. He gets off the line all right, and right there you see this cloud of smoke billowing out behind. That coming
He overheated the tires.
Spin. He loses traction. Prudhomme not missing a beat. His engine performing magnificently, puts it through the quarter mile at a fine 6.42. Prudhomme has just been dominating funny car action throughout the year thus far.
Ed McCulloch, shown here in Fresno, California, in a 74 Dodge Sport. He'll go against Paul Smith of Boynton Beach, Florida. He'll be in the left lane, McCulloch in the right lane.
There we saw a good example of how the mechanics and the driver get in and out of these cars. The body races up from the front, the engine, the tubular chassis, all the fire equipment, the fire bottles. You see here the face mask, the breather mask, the full fire suit required of all the drivers in these funny cars and in many other types of competition cars in NHRA competitions.
They also carry bottles of Freon in the car, 2 bottles, one on each side of the engine in case of a fire.
Yes, Ted, these can actually be located in any position. They were located there in this Revolution car of Ed McCulloch on either side of the engine and attached to the chassis. But they are loaded with Freon, and in case of the fire, engine explosion or fire, the driver just simply hits a button. The Freon is plumbed throughout the body of the car, into the driver's compartment, and also into the engine to extinguish any fire.
Pre-staging
Pretty advanced.
The drivers edge closer to the starting line. Now we have stage for both cars. And a good start. This should be exceptionally close.
Treat your inner child.
One KFC Supergirl Ultimate
Good,
Meal.
I fucking deal with this stupid advertising. No one cares about
Close is hardly the word for it. The win going to Paul Smith at a much slower elapsed time than Ed McCulloch. Must have got a much better start. 7 seconds flat to a 6:84 for Ed McCulloch. Here we see a bit of an advantage for Paul Smith. He gets a little bit towards the center line, corrects, comes back in, and it is very close. Anybody's race at this point. You see right there, Paul Smith winning it over Ed McCulloch by less than a Bender length.
Back at the starting line, Tom Brock of Utica, New York, in a 74 Dodge. He'll be in the right lane.
This is Paul Radici. Radici and Wise out of St. Louis, Missouri in the Chevy Vega. And looking in and seeing Radici, the goggles, the fire mask, the breather mask where they can breathe through those filters and the nitro fumes won't bother them at all.
Tremendous concentration at this point.
Really, this is where it was all happening, is at the starting line. And these drivers concentrating completely on getting the best reaction time possible. A good race at this point.
Smokeout of Radici, Elias car, obviously the motor giving him some problems. 657 for Tom Brock. Let's take a look at this one again in slow motion. They leave the line together. Things look very good at this point, as you can see. There's something going on. The smoke starting to come out, meaning the motor is going away. Tom Brock not having a bit of problem. He goes through and still counting. A name a lot of fans will recognize around the country, Tom McEwen, Mountain Valley, California. He's also known as Ramon. Hero Greer, Walker Mountain, Georgia, looking for 74 Mustang, and that Mongoose moniker came from a long-standing rivalry with good friend, by the way, John Rudolph. Tom McEwen known as Mongoose. Rudolph getting the first place beside on him as a mistake. The actual time mistake. He wasn't the one done anything to buy inside well. It was a moment mistake, and I'm Mongoose. And it has an exciting package. Certainly has. Over a decade. He's the driver. Almost. This is going to be very close. It's going to be McEwen, but just barely. 200ths of a second slower, but the advantage coming right at the starting line over Shiro Greer. You also saw Shiro Greer slowing a little bit, 206 miles an hour. Maybe he thought, and this is something to look for in slow motion, maybe he thought that McEwen could not catch him. Here, but it looks like he may be leading going into this point. He is with McEwen right alongside of him and drive right past him just before the finish line. Rusty Ivanov of Boston, Massachusetts, running at 74 Vega. He'll be in the right lane. Neil Maloney of Van Nuys, California, the left lane with the 74 Pontiac. Pontiac is a Grand Am body style. They're entered in the springtime smoke days. Unique car and tremendous horsepower. Spinning that once again, you still have a smoke like that. There's no traction. The tires aren't gearing to the track. You're not getting traction. The horsepower is going. What they're doing here, they're just making another burnout, but not on the right side. Fort Worth, Texas, you'll be the left lane. Going better than them. Don Schumacher, Park Ridge, Illinois, and the Vegas, the right lane. Match up will fight in the car. Right shot there of deep snow inside the car. You can see it inside the roll cage. Very similar to the cage design on the top of the drag. Schumacher, of course, the Bell Super Shoes, and his team. That just starts for snow. Something apparently down on horsepower. Schumacher has 667. 6.93 for Don Schumacher. Not very good with Schumacher. Al Segrini of Silver Spring.
Al Segrini, the Black Magic.
Satellite, that's what Al Segrini kind of losing himself in the smoke in the right-hand lane, driving for Triple and Mr. Ed. Ed Will. Known on funny car races, particularly he builds a number of bodies in a used car. Art Whipple, one of the rider mechanics proud of this for today. Al Segrini driving a beautiful Black Magic car. Great apparel. Again, they'll be stationed very carefully. Again, the concentration because in drag racing, it all happens at the line. The advantage that can be gained is the starting line. Oh, that. Like mostly point in the side of the right at the starting line. And now, 5. That's how we have it. You can see it almost as if it's on a pivot. I bet he doesn't go forward and almost turns the car completely to the right, almost into the guardrail, it looks like. Now he gets the correction and starts to swing back around. The photographer's moving back as that fiberglass bodied 1,800 horsepower monster heads right straight for them. Good reaction time on the photographer's part. Also good reaction time on the part of Leroy Goldstein. He was headed straight for the guardrail and yet saved any damage to that fiberglass body. What could have caused that, you think? Could have been anything, Ted. Could have been water under the tires, one wheel pulling, the other one not, like you would drive a Caterpillar tractor, something like that. Could be some problems in the differential, also causing it to turn that way. Now back in the starting line, John Shoemaker of Farmington, Michigan. He'll be in the left lane. Larry Fullerton of Jacksonville, Florida. Fullerton driving a 74 Mustang and Shoemaker a 74 Pontiac. Fullerton's Trojan Horse Mustang is one of the few 74 Mustang 2 bodies in funny car racing today. Certainly is one of the lowest and wind-cheating
you could ask for. He also has problems putting all that horsepower to ground.
Inside RX bar. What's inside matters, RX bar. No BS.
Make it through security so fast. The agents applaud. Your travel itineraries are so well written, you're on the bestseller list. And you have access to largest official business. That's why you rented national. Skip the counter and choose any vehicle on your line. Because travel is the competition. Except that biz.
And there's the time. 7:46 the winning time for 14:72 for the losing
They
end.
have 2,000 horsepower propelling these funny cars at speeds over 240 miles an hour from a standing start in just 1,320 feet. Here is the first race in this round. Quarterfinal action. It's Jungle Jeff Lieberman against Raymond Beadle. In other action this round, Denny Savage driving the side down Hustler beat Norm Wilcox. Wilcox unable to answer the call. Little John Lombardo beat Tom Brock. And we're ready for between Beadle and Lieberman. Raymond Beadle's Mustang, 6.16 seconds. Moving very strong as he defeats Jungle Jeff Lieberman. Here's the car that has dominated it. In fact, Don Prudhomme is already announced.
Come on, John.
Enough points without even winning this race to become the world champion for 1975. His competition, Pat Foster, the Chicago Patrol. Don Prudhomme has already gone 241 miles an hour with the funny car, the fastest man in history ever to drive a full-bodied car through the quarter mile. He is looking for that magic 5-second spot, the funny car. No one has done before, and Don Prudhomme is one here at the NHRA World Finals. And this fast, it'll be Don Prudhomme against Pat Foster out of Chicago, Illinois. The all-important start.
Never underestimate the power of the Blue Max.
Inching into the base. Reaction time, all important here. Don Prudhomme easily outdistances Pat Foster, a 6.17. NHRA Championship drag racing attracting a 56,000 plus crowd here in 4 days of drag racing at this 76 Gator National. Championship drag racing, one of the most popular of all spectator sports throughout the world. Funny car eliminator round number 2 in the near lane. Bob Pickett, the car. His competition, Tom Hoover. Sitting patiently, waiting for the green light, then exploding into action. Bob Pickett in the near lane has a bit of a lead. But a one-car length lead gives him the win at the finish line. Winning time, 6.65 seconds, 221 miles an hour. The losing time, less than a tenth of a second apart, 6.74. The losing time for Tom Hoover at over 220 miles an hour. Here they are in slow motion at half track. Pickett with about a car length lead, and he holds that through the timing traps and takes the win in round number 2 action. Cheryl Greer from Warner Robins, Georgia, the Mustang body car. Here's the Dodge of Tom Brock. He's the captain.
She used the Ram Charger. I should see how that goes.
Here in Gainesville, Florida, the weather absolutely magnificent. Beautiful sunshiny day. Overflow crowd watching as Tom Brock goes up in smoke. Taking an easy runaway victory in round number 2. He recorded a 6.40 seconds at over 207 miles an hour. The next pair, Burnout United. Tommy Ivo in the car lane. That's TV Tommy Ivo, former Gangster racer, now converting to a funny car. 1976, this is his second major event. His competition driving Bill Shifsky's car is Topper Beaver. Both cars now stage. The green light comes on. And it's Topper with a hole shot. Oh, what a close race. Tommy Ivo just pulling it out in the last eighth of a mile. And the hole shot definitely go to Topper. Let's watch. racing off the starting line. What appears to be a lead. But here comes Tommy Ivo in the slow motion replay.
Fucking
With a half a car length victory at the finish line at 6.49 seconds, losing time 6.56 seconds. Final pair in this second round, the 20 car eliminator, Don the Snake Prudhomme in the near lane. In the far lane, Johnny White. Prudhomme an easy run. With a lot of smoke out of Prudhomme's car indicating some burnt business. And racing we do, Steve, in round